Nice.
All right. Well, shows we're live. We'll see how many people pop in tonight. Hopefully we get a decent crowd. Uh,
Hopefully the live chat's going.
yeah, it seems to be. So, oh, lots of new things on the garage sale site. Lots of things have sold quickly. The garage sale part of the site.
Yeah. Thanks y'all for buying some tires. They're just stuff I've held on to, and I'm like, I'm gonna use them, and then I'm like, I gotta. But also, I hate throwing away stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think I have one more set of tires I want to put on there. Um, did your X4s sold, didn't they?
yeah, pretty quickly. I think I
Okay.
actually had a couple private messages. Hey, if those are still on there, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna be on there.
Yeah.
Once
Um,
they're live, man.
yeah, so
Unfortunately.
I've got a set of X4s also that I will be putting up there tomorrow.
Nice. The
Um,
the live viewers get it first. Because
right. Yeah.
I don't think much
Um,
about it. So
what's that?
I said I'm not going to put a post about it. So if you're watching, you'll know.
Yeah. Um, I also did I did put a couple of things on the website, on the garage sale part of the site. One of the things that I put on there, you won't find for sale anywhere else. Because
Uh
I did finally decide to go ahead and put the Metal Masher Bronco on the garage sale part of the site. It is not cheap, uh, but it is like one of five ish. I own two of them, and
oh, I
I
didn't know that.
know of two others. So there are at least four, probably less than six. And that one, this purple one, is for sale on the site. Um, Decided to finally let that one go. I don't think I'm going to use it, and I'm tired of being protective of it on the workbench.
That's
So
a quite a gem there.
it is. So on the bench here in front of me, I have this Metal Masher Bronco body. Now the pictures I posted of it on the site, it does look worse in those pictures than it really looks in person. But like it has been used. I did use it at Crawlapalooza, but the pictures, it's hard to take pictures of these to get an accurate depiction of what their physical condition actually is.
I
Um,
wouldn't have trusted UPS to ship it to me to take pictures and then ship it back.
no, that's going to be one of those things where I'm going to have to ship it in a gigantic box, just full of padding, so that I mean, if it gets damaged, it got damaged, but whatever. But I have that Metal Masher on the bench in front of me, and I have my blue truck here at the shop. Normally, this has been relegated to a shelf in my bedroom at home, but I did take it to Axial Fest, and I ran it at Axial Fest for a little bit. So that's why it's here instead of at home. It needs to go back home because it's a shelf queen now.
It looks like
Um,
that.
yeah. Paul posted a video of his pace setter build that he's working on. He's piecing together a SCX10 Pro with a VFD trans and skid instead of using the factory axial stuff. So that's kind of cool, kind of different. I did watch that video. So
Paul's
thank
got it
you.
different.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul, for that video. Um, Otherwise, today has been something else. I barely made it back to the shop in time. So today at 1 o'clock, I had to go home. I had decided it was time to have the ducts cleaned at my house. We have a dog and a cat, and it's something that should be done periodically. And we had the furnace and air conditioner replaced last summer about this time, um, and we did not have the ducts cleaned at that time. So I was like, you know what, probably ought to do that. So I went home at 1 o'clock and let that guy in so he could do his thing. And when I got home at 5:50, 5:45 or so to eat dinner. It was almost 80 degrees in my house, and the AC was running. There's absolutely zero airflow coming out of the ducts, like none.
Nice.
So that's cool. Um, so then I had to call him back, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, you better get back here because it's like 80 degrees in my house, and my thermostat's set to 71. So probably not good." So he came back and was, making all kinds of excuses as well. I didn't mess with the furnace. I didn't blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, all I'm telling you, dude, is it was working when you got here and it's not working when you left. And you were the only one here. So shit doesn't just break on its own. And it's brand new, virtually. So, I could understand if it was a 20-year-old unit that something happened. But regardless, he's not an HVAC guy. He's just a duct cleaning guy. So I could hear him downstairs on the phone with his HVAC buddy that owns a business on speakerphone. And
Have you tried turning it on and then back off again?
I'm not, I could hear them on the phone. And like, I'm not here to bash companies. I'm not here to, but the guy on the other end of the phone, the HVAC guy, I hear him say, "Well, there may not even be anything wrong with it at all, because customers always just get in their heads that something's wrong after you work on something else has to be wrong. So, there's probably nothing wrong with it at all." And I'm like, "There's literally no fucking airflow coming out of the vents. Normally, my dog could stand a foot and a half from the vent, and it flows her hair." You know what I mean? Like,
Or your
you can
beard?
yeah, like you can put your hand on top of the vent in the kitchen and like, yeah, it feels cool, but there's no like blowing air coming out of it. Like, and the guy the duct cleaning guy, he pissed me right off. As soon as he walked in the house, he walks over to that vent and puts his hand down on there and he's like, well, "What do you mean there's no airflow?" And I'm like, "Are you stoned?" Like, he's like, "Well, I can feel cool." I'm like, "But there's no fucking air coming out of it." Like, you're if you clean ducts for a living, you
No.
should be you should be familiar with how much air flows out of it. Not only that, but in my opinion, you should be checking airflow with a meter before and after cleaning a duct so that you can show your customers how much better their vent systems are working after you clean them. Right? Am I wrong? Like, it just seems like, hey, you only had, 14-mile-an-hour air coming out of here before, and now it's at 17. So you're going to have a more efficient system, blah, blah, blah. It just seems like something you should be doing. Not only that, but you should be familiar with like the amount of air that comes out of a duct at any given time because
What's
that's what
normal?
you mess with. That's what you mess with all day, every day. So for this guy to be like, "What do you mean there's no flow?" Dude, did you smoke your breakfast through a crack pipe? Like, what do you, are you serious? Like, and then to hear his buddy, his
On
HVAC buddy
speakerphone.
on the phone on speakerphone, and I'm like, I don't have any confidence in these fucking turds at all at this point. Um, so the furnace guy got to my house at about 7:45 ish. I let them in the house and I
Close.
left. Yeah, I let them in the house and I left. I'm like, you know what? If it ain't working when I get home, we're gonna have a big fucking problem, but we'll deal with it tomorrow. So
So
whatever.
somebody else definitely had a case of the Mondays.
Yeah. So yeah. So both of these guys are still at my house at 8 p.m. And the one guy's been there since 1. So
Nice.
he's earning his lunch today. But I told the guy, the duct cleaning guy, he came up and after he was back downstairs looking at everything, he's like, "Well, I can have my furnace guy come out." And I said, "You know what? Just I'll call the furnace guy that installed this stuff. And we can handle this when it's fixed." Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like I don't have any confidence in these guys at all. So again, tonight, if it's not fixed when I get home tonight, I'll be calling my HVAC guy and and having him send the bill to the duct cleaning guy because it worked properly when he got there. It did not work properly when he left.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
What's the high temps down there or up there right now?
Like 85, which means it's about 87 upstairs in my bedroom.
Oh yeah.
So
bedroom.
yeah, upstairs bedroom. So my septic got finished last week, so my entire backyard is dirt. So that's cool too. So yeah, just it's been one of those 2 weeks where you just get bopped over the head like every single day with something.
Yeah, if not someone that's yourself.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. So it's always something.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So, welcome everybody that's in the live chat. Thanks for listening to me rant about my fucking duct cleaning today. Like, I just hate it. Like, and this is all things that I can handle. Like, I can do all this stuff myself, but I don't have the time to do it. So then I pay somebody to do it, and then I end up doing it anyway because somebody else fucked it up for me. Like,
you gotta love it.
Yeah. Tear it down and build another. It'd be just as jacked up if I had a new house built, and I'd be even more mad because it's a brand new house and stuff tore up. Like,
vents aren't blowing, tear it down.
Yeah, just burn it down. Find spiders in there, just burn it down. I put a couple of sets of wheels on the garage sale part of the site today too. I just saw them on the edge of the bench here. Two different sets of TGH wheels and a set of Shift RC wheels.
Nice.
I put my TGH buckwheat body up there too, but it got snapped up pretty quick.
I was gonna say I didn't even see it, and I saw a notification. I was like,
yeah,
because I'd actually just posted John Schultz's buckwheat truck he ran in Colorado. I was like, wait, how did this end up for sale?
Yeah, it was up for less than an hour and got snapped up. So it's on its way to Hawaii.
Nice. That was quick.
So yeah, get it done, get it out of here. I just sold it for what I paid for it and got it gone.
Nice.
The other thing I worked on today was skid plates. I was working on the second operation of a bunch of skid plates. So that's in progress. So those should be done Wednesday-ish. Nice. So I I'll set some aside to send to you for C1 Pro kits and get the rest put up. I know Rock Titan RC wants like 25 of them, and Crawler Canyon needs some too. So I'll have a couple of batches set aside. So there may not be a whole lot of them on the website, but whatever, it is what it is.
I've got a couple texts and DMs about them, so I was like, hey.
Yeah, it's been too long, like I said, but you know, the past 6 weeks, I've had something going on every week for the past 6 weeks. So
I feel that.
In the last 6 entire weeks, I've been at my shop 9 days. So it's I'm pretty far behind on a lot of things, except for orders. I've been very good about keeping up with orders. I haven't had a single order that was more than 4 days old on my end, which is pretty freaking amazing because there were times when I've been gone for a while. So, but that has left me behind on skid plates and wheels and whatnot. So I need to get that stuff done.
Yeah, I think I had 3 that somehow fell through the cracks. So I finally got all that stuff out there. Pretty much worked all day yesterday. Fulfilling orders and getting those packaged and out the door.
Yeah.
So thanks y'all for the full party purchases.
Yeah.
We got all those out there.
I've got to. I will add the tracking for the ones you sent me. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7 you sent me this evening, I will have updated on the site probably first thing in the morning, I guess.
Yeah. Got off work, scrambled to get 7 packages out the door to UPS, and then came back and set up my little setup here.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
tired.
need to order some more chassis boxes. I think I'm down to like my last 10 chassis boxes, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. But that stuff comes next day, so I don't have to. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Comes Uline. Yeah, it comes out.
I mean,
of
you pay
Wisconsin.
for it. You pay for the overnight, but
yeah, Uline shipping's pretty outrageous. But placing an order at 7 p.m. and having it by 11 a.m. the next day, just like McMaster, I can place a McMaster car right now and have it by 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So that's nice. So what you got in front of you?
Well, if those of you with a keen eye may have noticed the little teaser thumbnail pic. Here is our current high-low. But as of last week, something else kind of came in. Just paying it. It's going to be too big for one for the screen, basically. But we've that you've asked, and we came out with a high-low 6x6. Links and everything should be finalized. Talked with Lance. Should be getting some production sets sent out. And then we'll have as easily as we can build it to make it builder friendly. We'll have a high-low 6x6. I'll probably mock this up here tonight since I've got hour 45 minutes. So yeah. A lot of people have been kind of anticipating this, but there's been a lot of stuff to figure out and geometries to get right. And the high-low has the crazy links. I was debating on doing that same thing with the second to third axle, but I don't think it's really worth it just because the rear tires will be so close. There's no point in a high clearance rear link. So I think I got everything all ironed out. So expect to see this pretty soon.
Cool.
Just
cool.
climbing beast.
Yeah. We will not be offering that in carbon fiber because it's freaking huge.
It's pretty long. If you've had our chassis boxes, it's the full length of the box.
Yeah.
Which kind of worked out because one reason I haven't been wanting to do 6x6s is because I need some crazy way to ship them.
Yep. Much larger boxes.
Yeah, and then
unless you make the chassis multi-piece and bolt it together, and then nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, although I've seen a couple people trim these apart and make it.
Yep.
But now you don't have to do that.
Yep.
But yeah, this will be cool. I think I'll mock it up here on the bench tonight. So everyone can kind of see it in this kind of form. But yeah, no, it'd be cool. As always, when I see these pop up on the fan page, I get stoked, and that kind of further motivates progression. Kind of it makes it fun still.
Yeah. Do you make a bolt-on taller front upper control arm mount for the ATL 4-link with VFD? No. In fact, we got rid of the front upper link risers on the ATL because they were getting in the way of a lot of setups. You could always just drill a hole wherever you need it. Or I've seen people use bolt shock keys to the outside of the chassis and use those as a link riser. You can do that as well. But as far as us offering a bolt-on thing, no, we don't. the front vertical separation at the chassis on the VFD skid is pretty good. So I guess I'm curious why you think you need chassis side riser with the VFD. It's already got a reasonable amount of vertical separation on that.
I'm gonna go grab it. I'm gonna start building this mock-up.
So here's this is a VS410 Phoenix chassis. I would bet that there is a solid 10 millimeters of vertical separation, vertical link separation built into the VFD skid. So drive shaft interferes with the driver's side. Oh, 4-link. Gotcha. I guess the only solution I could think of why are you trying to run a 4-link with a VFD? That's an interesting setup. You could try bolting the links to the outside of the chassis as well. I'm not a huge fan of mounting links to the outside of the chassis, just because they like to get hung up on everything when they're mounted to the outside of the chassis. AR60's front and rear too. Good grief, you're trying to just mix and match everything.
Who is that? Who is this man?
Tom, yeah.
That seems like a Paul thing. Paul, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Pilot Ryan Media, how's it going, buddy? I stopped up there the other day. You weren't there, though. Stopped up there to see the Pro Motos. Teresa's husband and kid had theirs in the back of Teresa's car, so I got to check those out. They've been beating the tar out of the Pro Motos for a few days. Look like they're having a bunch of fun. No, they were busy, so I didn't want to bug them. But
I was almost late checking into the video or the live tonight because I was finishing up Matt's Promoto vid he came out with, what was it, like 20 hours ago. It looks pretty fun, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, they do. Fun. They do. They look pretty fun. That's part of the reason why I posted the Metal Masher Bronco body for sale. And I lowered the price on the price on the DR10 drag car that's in the garage sales section of the site as well, to try to move that. So we'll see. Harley checking in on the drive home. Thanks for checking in on us, buddy.
Eyes on the road, sir.
Yeah, he runs YouTube Premium, so he can just listen.
Oh,
even with his screen off, he can listen, I think.
Is he rescuing a friend as well?
Well, probably not. Pilot Ryan says he drove one today. One of the Pro Motos today. Thanks for the invite, Dick. Just a heads up for customers also, if you don't know, I saw a customer post a comment. He had received his Pacesetter chassis and was upset that he did not get any stickers with his order. This is a sticker sheet. This is on the top of every part.
Was it one of the aluminum ones?
One of what?
Was it an aluminum one or was it one from you?
No, it was a carbon Pacesetter.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, don't throw the header cards away. They are sticker sheets. I make these in house, so we don't have to send extra sticker sheets. Sticker sheets are available to purchase separately if you would like an additional sticker sheet, but we send stickers with every order. So,
yeah,
don't throw those away.
When I do run out, I still have a stash of like OG brazen stickers that are literally the shape of this TV.
Yeah.
I'll try to throw in, I try to. I've even thrown in some RMRC stickers because I feel bad. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
literally just random credit cards.
Tom, I don't know how. He says that he hasn't gotten any that aren't mangled. I don't know how to combat that. Even if you just put a sticker sheet in the box, they get mangled. So that's a.
I wonder if
I have seen some of them that get
or
tangled up in shipping, but
I've assembled a tuning fork.
yeah. But they are sticker sheets though, so don't throw them away.
Yeah, big bummer if you've been tossing those.
Yeah. The number of people that get upset when they don't get free stickers with an order is pretty high. That's one of the things that people get pretty heated about for what seems like very little reason.
Yeah. We try.
Yeah. Paul says, "Man, Wes, I could have used a set of those rails when I was down."
They weren't here when you were down.
Yeah, they literally came in Friday.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Unfortunately. Otherwise, I probably would have hooked it up, man. Like seeing you. It was good to get out on the trail. It's been so hot down here. I've not. Most of my weekends are lake with the doggo. It's just the only thing to do right now.
Yeah. So, I feel like I should make 2 videos to actually just post actual videos, not live streams here. One for the pace setter and one for the Oracle chassis.
Like a build how-to?
Yeah, not even like a how-to, just like showing them, showing them built and whatever to get an actual video done. But I think I'm going to let both of those trucks go as well. Because I still have my Class 1 and Class 2 trucks. The only reason I wanted those 2 trucks was to take to Axial Fest to show them off and let people drive them and do whatever. So I think I may let both of those trucks go too.
The demo vehicles.
Yeah. No stickers in yours, Harley, because I watch you rip them off and throw them in your trash can directly below your legs. I did see that you used one of Gunner's stickers and put on your toolbox, though, so I know you have at least one sticker. You forget that I watch your videos. Brian Perkins, just getting on. Did I miss 6x6 rails? I mean, you didn't miss them. They're still halfway in the screen.
It's happening as we speak.
Yeah.
I'm having the skill dilemma, though. It's a little bit bigger than what I have to offer here for a bench.
Yeah, it's too many squares.
Too many squares, yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Just that quick. Probably more bracing, but for mock-up's sake. These couple will do.
That thing is huge.
It's probably the smallest 6x6 we've ever had, though.
Yeah. The ATL 6x6 was massive.
That was a monstrosity. Yeah, so if you have a high-low, it basically starts where the backmost frame hole ends. So you can kind of gauge length, probably like 6.5 inches off the back of that.
It took you 6 tries to measure that, didn't
it? Yeah. Yeah. Little,
1 inch at a time.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna Not too keen on 6x6s, but this one's looking pretty enticing. I still got a green beast from a local downstairs.
Oh, you still have that?
I do. The owner's been pretty busy. Well, I think we both have like a lot of stuff going on all the time, so it's kind of hard to get back. But it is in a climate controlled environment since most of the body is 3D printed. Um, it gets pretty hot
Yeah.
in a garage, so it's
Yeah.
in a safe spot on a stand. The tires aren't flat. It's good.
Yeah. Order another Trucks of Freedom Saturday. This has got to stop. Yeah, I have kept myself from ordering a Trucks of Freedom, although I want one. I just don't have a whole lot of use for it because there's not really anything around me. So if there were trail runs and stuff like that around me, I would absolutely love to have one. Regardless of what came in the Trucks of Freedom setup, but there's not that around me. So normally if I go trail running, I just grab something like this and just go beat on this for a little while. And have fun with that. But I have seen a lot of people's Trucks of Freedom packages getting opened, and it makes me jealous. So, but I really want a Pro Moto instead. I think I'll play with a Pro Moto more than I'll play with a Phoenix of some kind.
Buy one and send it to him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't need to send one to you, but
Hey, speaking of sending stuff, did you have a 3D printer you were teasing me with?
Oh, Theron? Who, me?
Yeah.
I have a 3D printer. Do you want it?
I would probably buy that off you.
Yeah. Harley, I believe Crawlapalooza is October 15th.
It might be the following week. I'll look it up later. I just was messaging Baskins. Might be the last week. For some reason, the 20 something, or unless you heard otherwise.
I thought Jason and a couple of the other team drivers were talking about it in the group chat.
I think it's like 2 weeks later than it usually is.
20th through the 22nd. I would grab my freaking. I don't know why my calendar is not working on my computer here.
I'm not ballsy enough to X out of YouTube.
That's yeah. My phone's up there, so I don't want to. But I clicked on the calendar on my computer here, and it's not opening up. It wants to open a different widget. So October 20th through the 22nd.
That sounds good, right to me.
That is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, I think that's right.
I was trying to pitch that idea to Skill Builders Guild, see if they could come down.
That'd be a trip for him. He could come across and meet me here and just ride with me though.
I don't know. That's a long trip with you.
It is. It's a lot of harassment on the way.
A lot of harassment. That's probably the only event I really look forward to because it's pretty much like hanging out with the boys.
Yeah.
You don't have to build some crazy comp truck. You can.
You can, but
or you can just run what you brung, have like 6 scale items, and that's it.
Yeah, or you don't even have to comp at all. Just throw trucks on the ground and start driving.
Good test bed for us because we can kind of just run stuff and
yeah. If I don't go to MA, I assume that means Super Shafty. I may try to fly into Tulsa. You could fly into Tulsa, or you could fly into Kansas City, Missouri.
He doesn't know where that's at.
Yeah, he really doesn't know where that's at all.
Unfamiliar
I know
area.
we've got a couple of team drivers that fly into. Well, Jake flew into Tulsa, didn't he?
Yeah, I think Austin
And
did too.
Austin and Ashley flew into Kansas City, didn't they? No, they did fly into Tulsa this year, but they flew into. Yeah, I think they flew into Kansas City the year before that. But either way, we have drivers that fly in, so we could arrange whatever you need. But I'm sure you can handle it too. So
yeah, be a good time. I think me and you's kind of going hard on the late night festivities. Usually a pizza party, test and tune, then a cool night run. I think we try to come hang out.
Yeah, normally take a bunch of prototype shit out and beat the hell out of it in the night run, and then the next night have pizza party at the vendor booth, and just everybody just hang out and eat pizza and talk shit to each other and
ramp SCX6s off of a
jump
4-foot
jump SCX6s off the ledge. Yeah,
build table bridges. Yeah, it was a good time.
Until they tell us we're too loud.
Yeah, which can happen.
Yeah. You plan on making the bomb wheels when you get to them? Look good on my mullet. Yes, we'll be making bomb wheels, bombs, and probably some blank faces. We'll see. I'll do a little bit of everything, but getting Matt to Oklahoma would just be fun. Yeah, it would. Jonathan just confirmed with me the 20th through the 22nd of October. Okay. My thing with Super Shafty is I would like to go to Super Shafty, but Crawlapalooza just has so much more terrain and so much more to do when you are not on course that you could put a truck down in line and have another truck with you and just go drive and not have to even think about it.
Are they on the 22 rule set or the 23?
Super Shafty? 23.
Okay.
Yeah. So that the TGH event and Super Shafty Fall Crawl are the only two events that I am aware of running full 23 Sorka rules. Where Crawlapalooza just does their own thing, makes up their own rules. So you don't really have to build Sorka trucks to go have fun there either. So, it really allows you to just goof off if you want to just goof off too.
So my big thumbs up for Crawlapalooza is it's one of the couple events where me and you both will be there at the same time, which is we're about 20 hours apart, so that's a good midway. Also, it's a relaxed atmosphere, so it's more like a vacation, not just clocking in and working a weekend.
It's actually a really central location for a vast majority of our team drivers too. I think last year we had 10 or 11 of us there.
It was like pretty big gathering.
Yeah, we had quite a few of us there, which is really nice to get to verbally abuse people in person instead of just in group chats.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Crawlapalooza is always a go-to for me over Super Shafty, purely for the atmosphere and the terrain more than anything. Would I love to run my Sorka comp truck somewhere that was actually Sorka comps? Yeah, I really would, but I can still run those Sorka trucks at Crawlapalooza. I did last year and ran just fine. So I'll probably do the same again this year. If I haven't sold my Pacesetter Pro, I may take that instead of my Class 2 truck, but we'll see.
Looking forward
I guess people in the chat let me know if you guys want actual videos on both of those two chassis or whether I should just mean, both of them have been out long enough now that putting a video out on them doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me now. Should have done it when they first came out, but I was just too busy and it was too cold out. And
Tim beat you to it from TRD.
yeah, Tim put out a couple of really good videos on both of them. So I don't necessarily know that I need to reiterate those same talking points. I probably should, purely because if somebody's looking for our chassis and they go to our YouTube channel and don't see anything, then I probably should do it. But Tim did a very good job of covering that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. Nice cold summer shandy. I needed that after getting beat over the head all day today.
You know what? There's some stuff I just don't see down here. I think that shandy might be one of them. Is it the lean kugels or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know that I've had one down here. I'm gonna go do some looking.
You guys have Shiner Bach though, so you're golden.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like you just find them at any food cart.
Yeah. Man, I went to a little hole in the wall Mexican restaurant on Saturday. I had to go visit my wife's grandma. It was her 84th birthday. So we were down near Indianapolis, and we went to this little hole in the wall Mexican restaurant that if you weren't looking for this place, you would have never ever found it. I think we lost. Yeah, you went black.
Nice.
We can still hear you, but you went black. But this little Mexican restaurant was in an office complex. And if you didn't know this place was there, you'd never ever find it. But I did have probably the best shredded chicken quesadilla that I've ever had. It was more like a shredded chicken taco, but it was really freaking good. And I had the guy came over to the table and asked what I wanted to drink, and I hadn't even looked at their beer anything yet, but I was just like, Dos Equis Amber. He goes, good choice. Like, I'm glad they had it because I didn't even look.
Do I need to reset this thing?
I don't know. You're just black.
All right, yeah. Let me.
I don't know how to re-add you if you get out of there though. So I may end up doing this by myself for the rest of the day. We'll see.
Sweet.
I can still hear you though.
Yeah.
Just can't see.
I'm glad my screen's black because on my screen it's just a froze picture of my arm.
Oh. You guys in the chat, can you see Wesley frozen, or is his screen black on your side too? I'm pretty sure it's black on their side too because I have it pulled up on the laptop and it's just black.
That's cool. Thanks, spam caller.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Got a phone call.
Am I back?
Nope. Turn your Wi-Fi off.
Let's see here.
Yeah, you're black for everybody.
Forever damaged.
It's that iPhone 6 you got. It can't do two things at once.
Well, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, you're ugly anyway. Give you a minute or two to try to figure it out, and then we'll. Unless you want to try to refresh it, see if you can get out of it. Yeah, see if you can get out of it and rejoin. I don't know how that works. So.
Yeah, I'll do that. Try and reboot this.
Okay.
If not, I'll just join the chat, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. Just get in the chat. I don't want to shut this down and make a new live because then everybody's got to try to find it. So.
yeah, let's refresh this and see what happens.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, it says he left on my side, so we'll see if he comes back. The quality of mine sucks. Hang on. Yeah, we'll see if he can figure out how to get back here. If not, we'll just have him in the chat, and I'll stay live here for a little bit. Oh, I don't know that I can even do this from my phone. So if he pops up in the chat to let us know that it's not working, then I guess we'll know from there. But otherwise, what do you guys want to talk about tonight? I don't have a whole lot if Wesley's not here. We'll see if he comes back. Not looking good for the home team, though. Oh, man. In the garage sales section, do you guys want to see stuff like, if I buy a VS410, it normally looks like this after a couple days because I take the VFDs and the axles and stuff out, and then I end up with carcasses. I think I have 3 of these carcasses left. They've got all the inner fenders and the radiator and the links and the skids and the panhard mounts and the shock hoops and all that stuff. Usually the rear bumpers and everything, it's all still there. Oh, hey, he might be back. I clicked the button. Hey!
We're back.
Yep, you're back.
We're back. I'm back.
Yeah. So anyway, I could put stuff like these carcasses on the garage sale section of the site as well if you guys are interested in stock carcasses of vehicles. Like this VFD skid, like this truck was brand new, never driven when I took it apart. So I've got a bunch of stuff like that could go on the garage sale site as well.
I had some bodies I was thinking about tossing up, but I think I'm just gonna chop them up.
Yeah, the body stuff. I think I sold 4 or 5 of them, but I had listed like 10 of them. So I think I ended up taking those down off of there.
The problem for me is some of the bodies I've had I got when they were hard to get. So like for example, I have an 80 series Land Cruiser body. I think I paid about $220 for it. Now you can just buy it off Amazon for like $60, I think.
Yeah, now they're not.
So, what do I do with that? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chop it up.
Yeah. Do you have any orange bodies? The orange body I have is attached to a DR10 drag car, and it comes with the drag car. If you're interested.
Yeah, how much is it? Buy the body for 200 or whatever.
I think I dropped it down. I dropped it down to like 180 or something like that. I think so. Yeah.
Get your $180 body. Comes with on a rolling functional frame.
Yeah. Put it all in a big lot. Call it Box of Freedom. Sell, sell, sell. No, the problem is if I put all this shit in a box and say that it might make a truck, I'll end up getting scammed on eBay and losing money.
I think Josh and Matt has scarred me from any eBay sales.
Yeah. Did you guys have a good Independence Day? Ah, man. I wish I could have relaxed a little bit, but my septic got finished up that Friday evening before the holiday weekend. So then my Saturday, Sunday, and Monday were all spent working in the backyard trying to make it at least somewhat remotely level. And then resetting up the pool and refilling the pool and throwing, grass seeding the yard. So I didn't get to relax very much over the holiday weekend. But yeah, how was yours, Wes?
Pretty good. I'm pretty sore. I believe there was did some wake surfing and jet skiing. So that's actually
Yeah,
pretty strenuous stuff
yeah,
for
it
those
is.
that are trying to do that all in one weekend. Um, I try to stay clear of any of the boom booms because Bear is not a fan.
Man,
Um,
I am so glad that our Aussie just doesn't even care. She doesn't care about thunder. She doesn't care about fireworks. Doesn't care. I'm so
so
glad.
Bear didn't care either until I took him shooting with me one time. That was it. So now
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Now,
I won't take Opal shooting then.
yeah, no. Now, if there's like a thunderstorm, fireworks, a BMW with a crackle tune, he moves the shower curtain with his nose and then jumps in the shower. And then he sits on the
That's
back.
safe spot, I guess. So
Safe spot. That's where I go to when I get scared. I just get
yeah.
back.
Harley says that was a high-low blow. Nice play on words. My pace setter links are supposed to arrive tomorrow. Can't wait. Must have been one of the ones I shipped Thursday, Friday last week. Cool. Hope you like it. Let us know how you like it. Post up in the Brazen fan page. Oh, if you guys are posting in the Brazen fan page, um, I had to set up a bunch of auto admin type stuff on there because we kept getting spammed with just kinds of stupid videos and stupid links and like this celebrity died and whatever type of posts. And I got so tired of every 20 minutes having to go through and delete 5 or 6 posts or 5 or 6 comments that I had to turn on post approvals, which sucks. I didn't want to have to turn on post approvals, but I also didn't want to make the group private because if you make a group private, you can't undo it. And I want people to be able to search for information and find posts without having to join a group to do it.
The
So
open
if
source
you are,
forum.
yeah, so if you are sharing a link from somewhere, it will automatically decline it. So I've been going through like once a day or so and going through all the auto declined posts to see if there was anything that should have been approved. Paul's video, for example, Paul shared a link to his YouTube channel about his pace setter build, and it got automatically declined. So I did catch that in there and did approve it. Same thing happens when Chad Webb and Harley in Kentucky share their Instagram posts to the Brazen fan page. They get automatically declined because it's an outside link. But unfortunately, there's not really a way to moderate that automatically to allow specific things and disallow other things. It's basically like if it has an outside link, it's gone. So I have to go through and refine those.
Even though
Yeah, so try not try not to share outside links. If you do, it's fine. I will find them and get them put back up. But I just got so tired of it. Caught a an adult image link the other day that was rather spicy. It was definitely not going to stay on Facebook very long, even if it did get posted. Uh, it was rather spicy.
I,
So
I
I'll text you the screenshot. It was pretty bad. So that's why your stuff may not actually show up for a day or so, is because I just have to go through and I see and remember a lot of people's names. So if I see that a post got declined, I'll click on see what it was, and if it's something that I feel needs to go up, I will put it up. If it's a random reel with 5 or 6 RC cars that don't have anything to do with Brazen, I'm not going to post them to the fan page. But if it clearly has a Brazen chassis or something like that, it'll get approved. But anyway, so that's the deal. If you're posting outside links. It'll take a minute for me to get to them.
Beware.
Yeah. Evening, everyone. Jumping in while I can from vacation. I would say that I could use a vacation, but I've basically been on vacation for the last 6 weeks, and but I've been so busy when I'm not on vacation that it doesn't seem like I was actually on vacation.
Speaking of vacation, and this is the first you're going to hear about it. I hooked up with a convoy going back to Colorado at the end of this month. So
Nice.
this time I got a crew, so it's not just me and the dog solo navigating treacherous, snowy mountain passes. So I'll be in good hands this time.
Yeah.
It's like a long weekend.
Cool. So we're good for this week's live stream, next week's live stream, and the following week's live stream, the 24th. But the 31st of July, I will be in Gatlinburg, so I will not be here on Monday the 31st.
That's when I'll be in Colorado, so that works out perfect.
Cool. Nice. So
we planned that.
Sorry, y'all. No July 31st live stream, but otherwise we should be back to our regular scheduled shenanigans. Hopefully, anyway. I was trying to figure out why my screen on my computer was showing both of us all blurry, and it's because it was playing back at 360p.
Nice.
Yeah. So if your video is blurry, make it 1080 and it won't be blurry. I was getting a little concerned. I'm like, why is my Wi-Fi that bad? Because mine looked worse than yours did. And I'm like, how does Wesley's iPhone 6 look good?
I got that 1080, dog.
Yeah. 720s as far as it goes.
But, yeah. I don't even know. It survives.
Really enjoying my C1 chassis. Darren, I'm glad you are. I knew you guys would. The C1 Pro is a banger. Like, there's only a couple of Class 1 or flat skid chassis on the market that really. So if I weren't with Brazen and I had to switch to a different brand of Class 1 chassis, the only other one, in my opinion, that I would even consider running is a Corrupt Razor's Edge, because it's similar in belly height and similar. Oh yeah, you're running the other. Yeah, never mind. But I would run a Corrupt Razor's Edge because it's similar geometry to the C1 Pro. But the rest of them, I'm not sure they can. I'm not sure they'd be on my list. But Theron's got that other. He's got the flat belly forward skid one.
Oh, that's special.
Yeah. Are you still doing the C1 Pro style 6x6? That is still in testing. I was with that truck at Axial Fest, and we beat the brakes off that truck for an entire day. I think half the day the rear drive shaft was gone. The center spline was gone, and Hibby was just still wide open, sending it, just dragging the rear axle on whatever. He was having rear drive shaft issues, but otherwise it was doing fantastic. So that is still in testing, but looking good so far.
I'm toying with the idea of doing a super scale, maybe C1 Trail Leaf variant of a 6x6. If that's at all interesting, leave a comment or something, but yeah, it might be worth the time putting into it.
Yeah. Jumping in late, is that a new 6x6 in front of Wes? What axle is that designed around? You can really run whatever axles you want, but something along the AR45, AR44. You're going to have something with a pass-through. So
yeah, no, I don't think anything we're designing can accept the old school drive shaft over
Yeah, a separate transfer case,
Yeah.
dual output transfer case or something. I mean, you could do a dual output transfer case and a carrier
You're,
bearing on one of the drive shafts.
you're, uh, you're charting, you're, you're traveling your
You're on
own
your
ocean
yeah,
waters there.
yeah, you're on your own there, but rear drive shaft in my UMG 6x6 never stays in. Okay, well, it wasn't just Hibby's truck then, because it was. He lost it a couple of times. We found the slip shaft piece a couple of times, and then at one point we don't know when it fell out. We were just on a flat trail, so it could have been gone for a couple of minutes before he realized, and there was leaves on the ground, and it was gone. So he just decided to let her eat after that.
I guess that third axle would take quite a bit of load.
Yeah, it does. What chassis braces do you guys recommend? Really, just any of the 67 or 70 millimeter tubular aluminum spacers, as far as that goes. But our front dual servo mount does a very good job of bracing the front halves of the chassis, and then if you're running a Ford motor mount on any of our Ford motor mount compatible chassis, that really tightens up the front end also.
I would say
So
those two things, that front end's pretty solid.
yeah,
We've actually found uh, crumple zones in the frame from solid hits, but
yeah,
all that stuff ties in the front.
yeah.
That leaves the rear end probably more the merrier, except especially with the aluminum, that becomes the weak spot. Is like people will just run two of these cross braces in the rear. It's probably you're kind of dancing with the devil. Pretty popular with comp setups, but if you're just trailing something, the more the merrier.
I just got a text that the furnace guys are done, and
The ongoing saga.
yeah, my wife says, well, they cleaned. They're saying the filter was too short and there's a bunch of junk blocking the flow. He's cleaning that out now. They cleaned that out and seems to have fixed it. Whatever.
It was you this whole time.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Hide all your trucks that you don't want your wife to know about. You hide in the furnace filter area.
No, she never comes to my shop. They all stay here.
Oh yeah, there you go. Now she knows that she's watching this. She's like, I'm gonna go over there and drop in on you.
Yeah. Whatever. She comes in she wouldn't know. She wouldn't know if something was new or old because hell, this is brand new looking, but I've had it for a year. So yes, just yeah, all of my shit has beat up Metal Masher bodies on it, so they all look old. Oh man. Yeah, so for those of you guys that are in the chat now that weren't on very first thing, I did decide to put my prized Metal Masher Bronco up for sale. So it's in the garage sale section of the website for now. I just saw a chat. There it is. With the new design of the dual servo mount, do the nylon nuts face in backwards? It's the only way I could get them in. No, they go in with the nylon facing the
towards the servo.
Facing the servo, yeah.
I usually have to usually push like something and then press it in. Kind of, it's a snug fit. I'll give you that. But if I made it any more loose, eventually that nylon would start to spin around that nut, and then it wouldn't be.
I put them in with these.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Buy the DSM and then a $90 set of pliers.
Yeah, $90 set of Snap-on pliers. I don't think I have any DSMs left over here. So I think I need to get some more of those. Huh. Yeah, I don't see the one I had left. But yeah, I've just been putting them in with a pair of channel locks. you have to make those hexes pretty snug because otherwise the nut spins inside the plastic.
Look at this old beast I found.
Yep. Still has the ears.
Yep. Hey, I'll put this on the garage sale. Ancient artifact.
No, I need that. Send it to me. I don't have any more. Oh man. When will Pro Skid?
People ask for it.
Pro Skid and 0 degree sliders be back in stock? Pro Skid should be by the end of the week. I'm working on a batch right now. There's probably going to be 100 in there.
Are there no 0 degree sliders on the site?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, I got 6. We're good. We can get those on the site.
Let me look.
I was wondering the angled ones are selling. Usually those aren't like the big popular ones because they're not sort of illegal. So I was curious.
How many sets? 6?
2, 4. Yeah, 6.
They are in inventory now. I like Squarespace. It makes it easy to do that stuff. I'm not a web designer. I'm not a web person like that at all. So for me to be able to do it means it's pretty easy. Will the mullet chassis ever be released in carbon fiber? I don't know. I don't. Maybe the linked versions. I don't think the leaf spring versions. My concern is that the leaf spring mounts pivot in the carbon all the time, and that slot on the front for the leaf spring mount is thin. So on a carbon version, it could wear through with the hangers pivoting, or with the shackles pivoting all the time on the carbon, plus that slot. I'm just concerned about longevity over a couple of years, and like we warranty all of our stuff. If somebody broke a G10 chassis today that they bought 6 years ago, I'm gonna warranty it. So,
which we have.
Yeah. So I just don't want to cause myself any future headaches as far as that goes. So Josh says to make the mullet in granite since it uses ancient tech.
I was thinking sandstone. Would sandstone be?
So, like, I have myself a full party in carbon. And I am going to beat the snot out of this truck just to find out how well that's going to work and how well it's going to hold up. But I have not made any others for other people of the leaf spring versions. Linked version, the linked front and rear, no big deal. Can do those in carbon all day long. But the leaf spring versions, probably not.
I'm actually surprised the linked ones stay in stock as long as they do, because they're like the high-low cheat code since they accept the dual front servo mount.
Yep. Yeah. Anybody wanting to run chassis mounted servo but want a high-low, just get the linked mullet and be done with it.
We didn't really advertise it, but it's a cheat code.
Yep. I don't know how. Let's see. Mullet chassis. Let's see. How do I? Pages. I'm trying to see if I can add a variant to only one of the mullet type chassis. I don't know how to do that. Adding material type for only one of the 3 drop downs instead of all of them. I'll try to figure that out later, so maybe I can put the linked ones on there, but I don't know. I think it's a little out of my tech for being on a live stream and messing with it. Carbon fiber accessory mounts, will they be in stock as well? I didn't know they were out of stock. Hang on. I think I have 6 sets on the shelf, so I don't know why they're not in stock. Again, with being out of the office quite a bit the last few weeks has been something for me. Oh yeah, they are out. Hang on, let me see how many I have on the shelf.
Inventory line reason.
Yeah. But at least people know for sure, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6. I have 6 sets of those also. And that's fixed. Thanks, Red Dirt RC Crawlers, for making us fix our fucked up inventory tonight.
They know our inventory better than we do sometimes.
Yeah, I guess. A lot of times, like there is one pro skid sitting over there in the bin. Like I keep like 1 or 2 things that out of inventory that are on the shelf. That way, in case something happens, there's something in shipping, a package gets lost or a package gets damaged or something stupid like that. That I have something extra. I've ordered both my ATL and high-low the morning after a stream. Nice.
Thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. It's easy to get behind. Yeah, especially those that are frequenters of the live streams here know that the last at least 6 weeks have just been the entire month of June was a disaster for me, just with everything. Family vacations, events, getting my septic done. Then right after that's 4th of July weekend, and then it just it's been an interesting 6 weeks to say the least. So pretty easy to get behind on that stuff.
But yeah, we do our best.
Hopefully it starts getting a little smoother for me in the next couple weeks, because I don't know what kind of karma is hitting me in the back of the head the last couple weeks, but some days it's all fetch and no pats on the head. It's been all fetch for me lately. It's been something. A cluster, a snafu. Yeah, it's everything. I've been putting my class 3 pace setter to use the last few days. Has not disappointed me yet. Nice. That's you did 4-wheel steer on that one, correct? That dumb guy. I believe that was his that was 4-wheel steer. That 10-degree angle on the skid is definitely nice on the pace setter. But the Oracle, my Oracle chassis with 419s on it at Axial Fest did fantastic as well. There was a lot of lines where I watched people struggle from 10 feet back and wait until they left, and then just right up the lines they were struggling with. So that was cool. Yes, it is his class 3 with the 4-wheel steer. Nice. Both my ATL and high-low are getting 4-wheel steer. I have not. I'm just not a class 3 guy, I don't think. I've built a handful of class 3s, and maybe I just need to drive them more, but I don't think that they are as capable as my brain says they should be. Like my class 1 and class 2 trucks work so well that a class 3 truck not performing exponentially better makes me question whether it's the way I built it or the way I'm driving it, or whether my expectations are just too high for it. But I've driven other people's class 3s that they loved that I'm like, I feel like my class 2 can do just about everything that truck did, and it's on smaller tires.
I I attempted that at RMRC with my like prototype truck, class
Yeah.
two built, I guess you could say. Uh, it did pretty good considering I had no rear steer dig or anything like that, and I had pretty much first time turning the wheel on it was on the course, so that's cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think expectations are a little too high for class three.
Yeah. Just need the terrain to drive one. Yeah, that could be. Maybe if I spent a bunch of time driving it, but I come from full size comp, so I can't get behind building. I can't use all the features.
It's tough
Yeah.
watching like the laser nut buggies, and they're like, I should build something like that, and then like
Yeah.
scaled down to 10 scale, and that's a little wheelbase thing that doesn't do anything. So it's kind of weird
Yeah, that makes it difficult
concept.
too, because a lot of times that stuff doesn't scale the way you think it should.
Yeah, like what's the laser nut? Rear engine? That ain't gonna fly.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
I think the closest thing would be the chopper, but
Yeah.
I haven't built one yet. I've been wanting to. Maybe Josh will sell me his.
I don't think he's finished that one yet, which is not much of a surprise since that's an interesting build.
And you
Been
tried
building
building it days
yeah.
prior.
Yeah, trying to build that in a hurry is not the way to do it. So, um, but that base camp he's building for Axial Fest looks pretty cool. Wish dig was allowed in class one and class two, even stock class as in full size has dig. Yeah, I don't know that I don't know that dig in a class one truck would make a whole lot of difference really at this point. Um, with 40% overdrive and 58 degrees of steering, like I'm not sure dig makes that big of a difference, does it? Does it make enough of a difference to have to put up with the extra components, the extra weight, and the extra complexity of the driving
The
to make it worth having in class one?
so in the someone's gonna roast me because I'm not super familiar, but there's the Texas Outlaw series or rule set. You can have four wheel steer and dig in class one, and it is the it's pretty goofy looking. Um, I don't maybe the four wheel steer. I nothing else really looked that worth it to me, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah,
So I saw the Power Wagon cabs with four wheel steer and little 419 tires. Is quite the sight. I feel like I was
yeah,
watching 24 scale comps.
yeah, yeah. Red Dirt RC crawlers. The 2023 high low will take the same links, so you don't. And Lance knows that at hardcore that the links are the same now. So
Yep.
yeah, just get on hardcore and just order the links the same way you would have before. That's the same link set.
And we're working on a set of links for this, which will be the same links, but with another four links added for the third axle. So trying to make it pretty user friendly. Easier for everybody, less messages for us. It's kind of a win-win. So
Yeah. Yeah, Lance has been handling a lot of that stuff at hardcore, so we talked to Lance frequently. Not every day, but reasonably frequently about that stuff. So like all the C1 Pro and ATL Pro link lengths for the AR45s and F10s and I think one other axle. I sent him all those, and then you were dealing with the high-low stuff. So
yeah,
he should have basically everything for every setup at this point.
if he's willing to make links for this monstrosity, he's got
Yeah,
whoever covered.
yeah. And he does have most of the chassis on hand to to work with.
Maybe I'll send him a set of these.
Can.
See if it ends up at his doorstep in like a U shape.
God, don't even joke about that.
Total.
No.
It's not
So
USPS, so we should be good.
I've seen some pretty bad USPS packages.
Whenever I see someone saying like, "Hey, UPS messed up my package," I'm like, "That's like the first
Great.
one of the year. Awesome."
Yeah.
USPS was like once a month, I think. We're like, all right, we got another one shipped out.
Yeah.
Here's an insurance claim that no one's gonna pay attention to. Just write that off. Done.
That's one. So that is one thing that since switching to ShipStation has been rather painful. Is trying to file damage claims, because you basically have to, as far as I'm aware, maybe I'm missing something here, but I've had to message back and forth on like a live chat with the people at ShipStation, and then they will have you email, at least the 2 or 3 that I have had to do. I've had to email pictures of the boxes, pictures of the tracking label, pictures of the invoice to a person at ShipStation, and then they have to file the claim, and then you have to wait for damn ever for them to get paid, for them to pay you.
Yeah, I don't have.
And I'm not sure. I'm not even entirely sure that any of the 3 claims that I've had to claim have ever even gotten paid, because it was so long that I completely forgot about it. So I don't even know if I actually ever have gotten paid. It's not really worth fighting over most of the time, because most of our orders are, right around or that $100 range or so. To fight for a couple of hours or to spend the energy of a few hours worth of labor pissing with trying to file a damage claim and keeping track of it and doing all that stuff, it's not worth the cost differential of just shipping another part.
Yeah. No.
Which I'm pretty sure that's what they're banking on, is that it's not worth most people's time to try to find $100. You know what I mean?
I'm not into it.
Yeah, well, yeah, the time spent ends up in the loss, and I'm pretty sure that's why they make it as difficult as they do. Even filing directly with USPS, if you go to the post office and mail something out, ship something out through the post office, and it gets lost or damaged, even dealing directly with the post office on that stuff still takes, 90 days to get paid. And the amount of time spent and wasted on dealing with all that stuff, just it's on purpose, I'm positive, but just for people like me, because they know that I won't piss with it. Like there's a international package that's been sitting in Indianapolis for 6 or 8 weeks. I went ahead and reshipped, a few $100 order. The guy placed it was a reasonably large order, a few $100s, that the package is still sitting in Indianapolis, but USPS hasn't marked it as lost yet, so they won't do anything about it yet. Like, it hasn't moved in a month, so like, but it's not lost.
It's fun to be dealing with that stuff still. You remember the COVID international shipments? How like I think a year later somebody's like, "Hey, I just got my order." It was in like, where was
I got a package returned to sender 14 months after I shipped it.
Somebody messaged and they're like, "Hey, I just got my order, but we'd already refunded most of the international shipments." And we're like, "Dude, no one's even."
Yeah, we don't even sell that chassis anymore. Like, yeah. Yes, we will be at Crawlapalooza. The only caveat to Crawlapalooza, I need to see if the dates for SEMA
Ooh.
because my wife has to. Nope, we're good. SEMA is Halloween weekend. My wife will be working during SEMA at SEMA for her work, so I will be on daddy duty. But it's the following weekend, so we're good.
Good to go.
Yeah, good to go. Thankfully, because that would have sucked having to tell my wife she can't go to work.
Hey, yeah, you can't go to work.
Yeah, sorry, honey, you're not allowed to do
You have to
your
call
work
in.
function.
You're gonna
Yeah,
be really sick that weekend.
yeah, you have COVID, man. Yeah, somebody buy that damn drag car. I'm tired of looking at it. You know what? I'm going to lower the price again on that drag car because I'm tired of looking at it. I'm gonna get absolutely killed on shipping that thing, but I want it out of my shop.
Oh yeah. The it is orange, so it's got to go.
Yep. There, I lowered the price again. It's got to go. It's like brand new, dude. It's been rolled over a couple times.
Or we need like a. We need to see like a test burn.
Dude, there's more scratches on the roof than there is on the wheelie bar. there's a couple of dingers, couple of humdingers on the roof, but like,
Wait, Patina did it. That's pretty
yeah,
cheap then.
but it's like brand new on the bottom side. It's got a set of Proline reactions on it. Otherwise, box stock. Somebody has to want this for $150, right?
What's the bad news from Scale News Update?
I hope it's not that they lowered the price again.
There's a blow up sale.
Hope it's not that they discontinued it because I'm gonna be stuck on this thing forever.
Or you just sold it very cheaply.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna end up losing my ass on it. Man, I think I even have like a $90 battery for this thing. Lucy 22S drag is on sale for $150. Mother father.
Does that one come with scratches on the roof though? Because I kind of like the scratches on the roof.
Really? $150? Son of a bitch.
So was Harley's prediction correct a couple of weeks ago?
About what?
The drag scene kind of fizzling out.
I don't know. The reason I bought this DR10 was because I was like, okay, well, we can make drag car parts. That's not a big deal. Like, you know. But by the time I decided to actually buy a drag car, there the drag scene went so vertical in performance that by the time I would have gotten my car and myself in tune with what was going on and tried to develop a part to make the car better, it was so far behind that just I didn't even do anything with it. I made 4 or 5 test passes with this thing in front of my house and went, that was cool. That's enough of that. So like, I've got a few $100 sitting here that hasn't been plugged in over a year. It needs to go somewhere.
I think that's kind of what happened with the 24 scale crawlers too. There's a few vendors that have just took off with it.
Man, the 24 scale stuff, my issue with the 24 scale stuff is the parts are so cheap that there's no margin in them. For me to manufacture them here in house with US materials, there's not enough margin in it for me to want to do it. most of the vendors that are doing well with 24 scale stuff are importing.
Yeah.
And if they're not importing, they're having them manufactured elsewhere anyway. So um, there's not enough margin in it to make me want to spend the time and effort to do it. Plus, I'm not. My heart's not in the 24 scale stuff anyway, so I just don't really feel like I want to do it.
Yeah, I had the short wheelbase and the long wheelbase Gladiator. I thought the Gladiator was kind of cool, but
The Gladiator's the only one I kept. I had 4 of them. I had, basically all of them. I had the C10, the Deadbolt, the JL, and the Gladiator, and the Gladiator's the only one I kept. So I like it stock. Like it's fun to watch my son play with, but not my thing. 24th is lame. Fight me. I'm not gonna fight you. You won't get a fight out of me on it. Probably a lot more margin in 1/6. So the thing about 6 scale stuff is I could make wheels on the lathe behind me. The problem is that the spindle bore of my lathe is only just larger than 2.5-inch diameter. Well, to make a wheel for an SCX6, you got to start with like 3.25-inch solid bar, and that means I would have to saw cut blanks. It adds a lot of processes to manufacturing, and again, it just while the margin may be higher, there's also a lot more labor, so that brings the margin down. Like, what does Proline get for the SCX6 wheels? Proline Racing.
the labor involved in drilling all these little holes. So there's 4 vertical holes and 4 horizontal holes. I think I'll be at that for like 3 afternoons. It's so long, and that's such a cheap part too.
Yeah. 6th scale.
Be right back. As my chair pops.
Yeah, pops and bangs.
Pops and bangs.
So it's $70 for a pair of faces for SCX6 wheels. I don't want to make them for that. Like that's a lot of labor. It's a lot of dinging around for $70. I kept my X24 and TRX4M. That's all I need to have. I drove a TRX4M at the hobby shop the other day, as I hadn't been around one, so that was the first time I drove one. It was reasonable. Just not my thing, man. SCX6 high-low. Nope. So the problem with making a 6th scale chassis in my shop is that I would have to reconfigure my router to do that. They're too big. So my router is too small to do that. Still want one of the small ones for when it's -20 here in the winter. Yeah, that's why I just built an indoor 10 scale course. I can play with my 10 scales inside and not have to have the 24 scale stuff. So that's one of the niceties of having a shop that I can just do that in and not have to be out in the snow. So we get reasonably cold here, not -20, but we get reasonably cold enough that you don't want to be outside goofing with RC cars. That's for sure. Where I saw a comment and ran away on me.
The what? I'm back.
I saw a comment that I saw the very end of a comment and it ran away on me. I don't know where it went. Whatever, it's gone. Sorry if I missed your comment. Unless somebody deleted a comment. I don't know. I don't see it anymore. Did you have to go pee?
Whoa. Yes, I'd use the restroom. See this refreshed look on my face?
Yeah, look great.
I'm look great, feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I need to get a hold of Matt and get my masher shipped off to him. It's
Is
sitting
that
on the bench over there.
Is that like a mutual thing, or does he just say, "Hey, it's already shipped, it's coming"?
Yeah, it might be a little bit of both. I'll just send some bribes in the box with it.
I might have bribed him enough. I think we have his next like 7 builds ready to rock.
Yeah, we sent him a couple of things, that's for sure. We sent him the things that Harley would never build. So
yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
yeah.
I'm
Although
really thinking about this for Class 2 at Crawlapalooza.
Matt has his mocked up with a dual servo mount and a TGH forward motor mount with the forward TGH motor shaft.
Yep.
But he was trying to use a puller stubby brushless motor, which that's not going to fit under the DSM very well.
I haven't
but
told
otherwise,
him yet,
he was
but
knocking it up.
he has some custom parts coming in the mail. Thanks to Martin, our team driver. It's one of those, one of his stubby top shafts.
Oh, yeah.
I know Matt was trying to pay for it, but I won't allow it. Yeah.
I thought about that, but don't have the room to spare in my shop. Need space for clients' cars. Yeah, I'm really only taking up about 100-ish square feet, 150 square feet of the front waiting area of my shop. So if anybody is here and waiting on something and they're offended by my RC car course, they can take their shit elsewhere. Like, that's just how I feel.
That's just the way it is.
That's how it works. When anybody's like, "Oh, what's this for?" I'm like, for RC rock crawlers." What? RC cars. You know, cool things that adults spend adult money on.
The fun stuff.
Yeah.
I think the bill on fixing that would be a little bit cheaper than whatever they're having fixed at your shop.
I don't know. Sometimes I question that. Yeah. I think I need to raise my prices on that stuff, on the power sports stuff, because people are just ridiculous. Dealing with people is the worst part of business. If it weren't for people, dealing with people, business would be great. Yeah, people suck. So I've been getting a lot of messages and phone calls recently, and I'm starting to question whether it's the EPA or not. Like, I've gotten a bunch of phone calls and Facebook messages asking if we do tuning and if we will install cat and delete pipes and things along, messages along those lines. And every single time I immediately replied, "Nope, don't do that. That's against federal law. I don't want to pay that fine." Like, not today, EPA. Not getting me.
Yeah.
It just seems pretty fishy.
We had that stuff at the cruiser shop, and I was like, no, we don't do any of that stuff.
Yeah. Just seems pretty fishy when you get messages that literally just say, "Will you install cat and delete pipes?" Nope. Sure won't.
Yeah.
You guys do custom tunes? Nope. Sure won't.
And Texas has like the safety emission stuff too, so it's like No.
Yeah, I mean,
Yearly.
our area, we don't have any emissions, you know that, but we don't have any safety inspections or emissions. So, like, around here, the chances of getting caught is basically 0 unless someone's messaging you, asking you if you'll install a cat delete. Like, come
Yeah.
on, man. Yeah,
There's stuff you can do yourself, and there's stuff that like a shop won't touch.
yeah. Own up to nothing with the government. Exactly. Just they can stay out of my business. That'd be great. The last thing I need is a 3-letter agency walking through my door. Not that I have anything to hide, because I certainly do not, but just don't want to have to deal with it.
All I know is they better leave my tea
I
alone.
already have to. I already have to deal with like EPA compliance stuff with coolants and things like that. You know,
More
getting
headache.
rid of used engine oil, and less, getting rid of coolant and getting rid of old gasoline and tires and all that crap. That's Harley's full-time job, is dealing with EPA compliance bullshit. It's one less thing to give them a reason to walk through the door. Don't want to have to deal with it.
You think this thing would be cool with a chopped up 80 body?
Only one way to find out.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I have a body still around here somewhere that I got from you.
Oh gosh, wait, what is that?
And I don't remember where it is. It might be in one of the bins underneath the bench. Crocodile Hunter.
Oh, that white one?
Yes.
That one was ancient.
And I still haven't cut it up. I have a Croc Hunter body around here somewhere. And I think I got it from Wes like 5 or 6 years ago. When you couldn't find them, you couldn't get them. I talked him out of one.
Well, see, now that Croc Hunter body isn't really. I have the LC70 now.
Yeah.
Look at this monstrosity.
That is a massive ass body, dude. Like, you're going to have to cut so much out of that to make it do anything.
It's going to be probably 1.5 to 2 inches narrower. Do you see my aggressive tape line on the door?
Yeah.
Basically half the door. I don't know. It pains me because this was probably like $220
back when you couldn't get it. Yeah.
Now it's like $60 on Amazon. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
To my knowledge, I think it's the same thing. I don't think it's any thicker or thinner. But yeah, I think I'm gonna Chuggy it.
Thanks, Alibaba.
Yeah. Well, they got me. Now they're just like, all the suckers have already bought the body. Here you go, basically free. Come get it.
Yeah. My sister works for the Minnesota PCA and writes a lot of tickets because of water quality and runoff violations. Yep. Yeah, I mean, we had at the dealership I used to work at, we had water test. It was water runoff inspections basically because of our wash bay, because we washed motorcycles when we serviced them. We had to have water runoff tests done to make sure that we didn't have too much oil and whatnot coming off the bikes going into the water runoff. I don't think we ever got ticketed. I think we were always pretty good on that. We had a site, had like a circulating water skimmer or like oil skimmer thing that went in the pipe underground. I don't know, whatever it was, but I don't think we ever had an issue with it, but I know they did come test that stuff. Here comes another price drop. Sell it, sell it, sell it.
With me sitting where I am, this looks like an SCX6 body.
It does.
That'd be cool. This would be. I would definitely be all into that.
Yeah. Oh man, I when I got home, the night run Saturday night from Axial Fest, Friday night, the night run Friday night from Axial Fest, I took the SCX6 out and it got just absolutely muddy, and it's been in my camper ever
Ew.
since.
Oh.
I kind of forgot about it, and I got it. I remembered it was.
Is that
I
one?
got it out.
Is that one to be on the garage sale?
No, it's totaled. No, it's bad. Like it's bad. I feel real bad about leaving that thing in the camper for 2.5 weeks. Like it's pretty gross. I'm gonna have to lube up some rod ends for sure. She's a squeaky girl.
At that point, or tie rods?
Yeah, they're pretty much solid rod ends now.
Nice.
It's pretty bad.
Hey, that can be next Monday's thing. You can tear that down, and we can all just admire the damage casualties.
Like it's, I'll walk up to the front of the shop and get it. It's embarrassingly nasty, and again, I feel real bad about leaving it like this for 2 weeks. Like the mud has turned the tires blue.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Now, I don't know how much of this, like.
So that 30-pound truck is now 50.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh my God.
Like the tires, the wheels are full. Like it's.
Look at that scale mud. That looks cool.
It's pretty bad. I feel real bad for this truck.
Can you just buy like a 55-gallon ultrasonic bath and just put the whole thing in there?
I think that's one of those trucks you just buy its own dedicated power washer at Harbor Freight. Now I got mud all over my bench and my seat.
Nice.
That's pretty bad.
Taking one for the team.
Yeah, poor SCX6 abuse. So at Crawlapalooza last year, somebody drove that truck completely underwater too.
Who was that?
Yeah, sure. It had seaweed hanging from the axles.
What kind of terrible person does that?
Pretty bad. Want to sell it, Flex Seal number 2? No, I don't want to sell that truck. That is hands down, without a doubt, my most favorite RTR truck I have ever bought. Hands down, my favorite RTR ever. I've been playing with RC cars since like 95, 96, and that truck is the best truck I've ever had. The best $1,000 I've ever spent. If anybody ever is questioning whether they need to spend $1,000 on an RC car or has $1,000 that they want to spend on an RC car, just buy the SCX6. Yeah. Without a question. Just buy one.
Just do it.
Just
do it. Yep. I say that, but I haven't bought one.
That's because I had 2 last time we were at the same location.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Wait. That's why I'm trying to get you to do the rebuild live, so that way I know you'll have 2 in October.
Yeah. If I buy another, I sold the second one that I had to my buddy Sean. But if I buy a second one again, it will be the Honcho.
The Honcho's cool.
Yeah.
I'm impartial to the Honcho.
Yeah. You, Harley, and my father-in-law are going to get me to buy one. Just buy one. Just spend the money. Buy it. You will not regret having an SCX6. Completely different experience to drive than any other scale of vehicle. They weigh enough that they actually move sizable rocks out of their way. the tires almost sound real, like a 1-to-1 tire. They don't squeal or bark like a 1-to-1 tire does on rocks, but, like, the sound of the sand and dirt moving out from underneath a tire when it's on a rock sounds real. Like, it's just
It's like it's actually there.
yeah, it's the gravity has an effect on that truck. Like, so much fun. So much fun. I've got
Actually, I think at Crawlapalooza they have the SCX6 category. They had it last year. It looked pretty. Actually, it looked pretty awesome. If I'm being honest,
yeah.
they're going up.
Yeah,
I think
they
were they going up one of the like sporty areas? Because I think
yeah,
that sporty there the following day, where they had the SCX6 stuff, and they were just going with the same stuff.
yeah.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, Tim TRD Adventures, his SCX6 took like 3 of the top 5 spots or something like that. Everybody was just driving his truck. The trucks were new enough that not enough people had them, so he was just passing his truck around, letting everybody drive it. They did pretty good with it, though. They were beating the hell out of it. Need to make custom leaf springs for an SCX6 just to spite Josh. Just you have to use CJ5.
I could probably buy small utility trailer leaf springs.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to use either CJ5 leaf springs or like landscape trailer leaf springs.
I give like an actual towing capacity.
yeah. SCX6 is a ton of fun. Just keep an extra battery with you. Don't want to make a long hike back carrying it. Yeah, they are miserable to carry. I carried this silver one, and he carried the green one on our shoulders for what, probably just over a quarter mile, probably. But that was well more than plenty. Like, it's bad. It's bad news bears. Like, anybody who's not running the Spectrum smart batteries and the factory radio, like the factory radio has lights on it that tells you where your battery level is. When that last battery starts blinking, bro, you better get to heading back, because you don't want to be carrying that truck. I promise. It's bad. So now I'm running 2 5,000 milliamp 3S packs in parallel. So I think I ran at Axial Fest in the night run for like 3 hours or so, 2.5 hours or so, and killed the battery right when we got to my truck. So that was nice.
Great abuse.
Yeah, it was great. I love beating the brakes off that truck. Well, again, best truck I've ever bought. Completely different driving. Still want a flat skid on the mullet. No comment. Flat skid mullets. There's something else. How's that flat skid mullet working for you, Theron? He said he likes it.
Wait for him to chime in.
Yeah. I run 2 packs in the truck, but only have 1 plugged in, like the second tank on an old truck. Yeah, that's. I was running them in parallel just because I didn't want to have to open the body in the dark out on the trail. That is the worst part of an SCX6, especially the Wrangler, is removing and installing the body, getting it lined up over the wheel wells and lined up into the sliders. Can be, I mean, it's not like you just drop the body on top of it like any other 10 scale truck. So that does take some pissing around. It's not something you want to do in the dark. Personally, it's not something I want to do in the dark. So that's why I had both packs plugged in, just so I didn't have to remove body clips and unplug light harnesses and stuff in the dark.
Because the radio tells you.
Yeah, the radio has LED lights in it telling you how much battery you have left. So, but when that last light's blinking, you better be on your way back.
Don't always make it.
No. Yeah, carrying them a quarter mile is more farther than you want to carry it. I just flex the sides up, shove my hands in there like I'm delivering a baby horse. I normally pop the 2 front body pins out and just peel the front of it up high enough to get my hands through like that. But I've got a direct power servo on mine now too, so I got to. And the way I have the BEC wired up, I've got to be a little cautious about just yanking wires around in there right now. But it's one thing I need to finish up is wiring the BEC up.
Now you gotta clean it.
Yeah, now I got to power wash it. The RC shop I go to has the SCX6, and my 3-year-old was sitting on it, driving himself around the store. Yeah, Axial Fest, the last couple of years, there's a guy with an SCX6 that his daughter drives herself around in a trailer, dragging herself around the campground.
Cool.
I got my SCX6 used without a receiver or transmitter, so I'm screwed. I'm too bougie for RTR radios. The RTR radio on the SCX6 really isn't that bad, though. It's really not.
If you're keeping a stock, I guess it's going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm not adding a bunch of extra crap to it. It's, works fine for what it is. I converted my SCX6 Jeep to a rear honcho cage Jeep. It's awesome. That would be helpful to be able to just hinge it. Yeah, just be able to hinge it up and be done. So, anyway, though, it's not that bad, but it's certainly not something I want to be doing in the middle of the night out on the trail in the woods. Taking the body off of that. So, anyway, we got about 3 minutes left here tonight. So thank you everybody for checking in, watching in, and hanging out with us. We missed last week just because of the 4th of July holiday and everything that was going on everywhere. You were off on the lake, and I was in my backyard trying to level my backyard out to do all that from having my septic done. But so we're here this week, and we'll be here the next 3 weeks, and then we got 1 week off.
Yep, we'll be here.
Yep.
Maybe I'll cut this apart.
cut that body up and glue her back together how you want it.
Yeah, I'll probably reference some Scale Builders Guild videos on how to do all that. I think that's my go-to place.
Yeah. So yeah, if anybody wants a DR10 drag car, it's on sale. Make an offer, I guess. If the Losi's going to be $150 new, then I guess this probably needs to be something cheaper than that. But I do want this car gone. So if anybody wants to buy a DR10, it's box stock with a set of rear tires on it, RTR. Let me know. If not, I don't know. Maybe I'll find somebody local that might want it. But get that gone. It's in the garage sale section of the website. So if you don't want it for $150, make me an offer on it, and we'll deal with it later.
Just DM us.
Yep. So,
you know our socials by now, I believe.
Yeah, more than likely. So, all right. Well, I think we're going to get out of here. Been here since 6:45 this morning. It's 9:59 at night, and my headphones are dead. So
nice.
Yep, just cool. Died. So, all right, guys.
Tuning in.
Everybody, see you later. Thank you.
Later.
Later.